say, I can't even fake.
What's the word, everyone? It's George from For the Youth, and today I'm here with
Season.
Hey, shout out to you for being here. This is your Chicago stop on the tour.
Yes, sir.
And so this is some crazy lore. You're the first artist that I ever interviewed back in 2019 or 2020. Crazy, full circle. For you, like, let's go back to that era. Like, what was your mindset back then? Like, what were some of your goals back then? How is it contrasted from now?
Yeah, I mean, back when we did that first interview, I was probably like 15 or 16 years old. Bro, I was just like a young ass kid that loved music, just trying to figure this shit out, doing whatever I could. And, 7 years later, been doing this shit for a while. A lot has happened, a lot has changed, but it's a blessing.
Yeah. I was gonna say, so when did you first start making music? What was the spark for you?
I started making music in like 2019, and I always loved music. And I don't know, for me, it was just figuring out how I could buy a mic and start doing that shit. So I got a cheap ass mic when I was like 15 in high school off like Amazon, and I had like a shitty computer, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna try to make music. Figured out how to crack Logic on my computer and started working.
So what mic do you have? Like a Blue Snowball Yeti?
Bro, I had the the Scarlett interface.
Yeah.
That actually had like a starter pack that came with a microphone. It was like a $30 microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first mic, I think. Yeah.
That's crazy. And then, that's insane. Just like the progression. And then when would you say you knew you had something with the music? When did you actually want to pursue it seriously?
I had some shit pop off when I was like a year or two later when I was like 16 on like TikTok when I was super young, and I had music starting to do well, and like ever since that happened, I was like, I'm gonna do this like for real.
Yeah. Was it GOAT?
Yeah,
is that what you're talking about?
GOAT was like the first one that started going up, and I was just like, damn, like, because I was still so young, I didn't even really realize at the time, but after that happened, I was just like, I'm in love with this shit and wanted to keep going.
Yeah. And like with that song too, I think you I swear I remember this, like you sent me a DM of like the song that you had like recorded, and you like screen recording it, and you like were previewing it on your story.
Yeah.
And that shit went crazy. I remember like seeing all the audios and stuff. That was early TikTok too.
Yeah, bro. My boy had sent me a beat on Cinco de Mayo, and he made like a Cinco de Mayo beat, and he like sampled some like trumpets and shit or whatever on Splice. And I was just in my room, and I saw that shit, and I was like, send it to me, and I made it that day, and I just like put it on my story, like literally that day, and like people went crazy, and that song was like huge for me.
Yeah. Did that make you realize like, oh shit, I can make money off of this now? Is that the one?
It did for sure, because I was just doing it for fun. Like I didn't really like know how to make money off of it, or like that you could. Yeah. And then I started getting those DistroKid checks, and I was like, oh shit, like this is real. My mom thought I was selling drugs or something. She didn't believe me. She thought I was scamming. She didn't know where the money was coming from. I was trying to be like, bro, it's from the music. She didn't believe me.
Yeah. Does she believe you now?
Yeah, she does now, but at first she was like, you're making money from music? She didn't know what I was doing in my room, bro.
Yeah. You come from like a musically inclined family, or?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, no one that made like, recorded their own music, but like on my mom's side, like my grandpa was always into like orchestra and choir, and he was into that kind of stuff. But yeah.
So you grew up in New York, right?
I grew up in Columbus, actually.
Columbus,
and then I moved to New York when I was like 13. Yeah.
Fire. Like being around those areas, were you inspired by, maybe people who grew up there as well, or, other people in the area?
Ohio's actually got a ton of like dope artists from that area. Ohio's got it, but I grew up on like a farm in Ohio, outside of Columbus. So growing up, all I heard was like country music every day. Like I was out in the country. Yeah. That didn't really like inspire the shit I do now, but it's just funny because I really grew up like on a farm, and now I'm doing this shit, which is so different.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's random. Like what did you always listen to rap, or were you listening to other genres?
Yeah, when I started getting on the internet and shit when I was young, I think like the first song I had saved on my iPod was Black and Yellow by Wiz Khalifa when I was like 9 or 8 or some shit. And then I started listening to like Lil Wayne and Future and like Uzi and a lot of those artists at the time coming up in that era. And then I was in love with that shit.
Yeah. And then what, like, so you're starting to make music now, you got Goat dropping, and then like from there, like, where did you take it? Like, did you keep dropping? I mean, I kind of already know the answer, but you kept dropping, right? After
Yeah.
Goat?
I mean, I kept dropping music after Go. It started going up. And then I think like right after high school, I kind of hit a period where I wasn't really dropping music consistently and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And it took a few years for me to really find my sound and figure out where I wanted to go with this shit.
No, for sure. And
Yeah.
like that was important for sure, because I feel like you were able to evolve your sound, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I almost like needed to like completely like almost fall out of love with music and kind of become like unmotivated to figure out what I wanted to do, and that was like that sucked. That's like shitty for an artist, but it was like needed.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I just feel like being a product of the internet, like you pull inspirations from like so many different things, and like it's cool to see the progression. I was gonna ask you, how did you get your name, like Thekidszn? Like, what does that name mean?
Bro, when I first started, not really when I first even started, back in like 8th grade, me and my friends would make like diss tracks on each other. We would just like make like songs just like saying bullshit about each other. And we all had to spin like a random rap name generator.
Damn.
And I got Kid Genius was like my name I had to go by. And then when I started making music for real, I was like, all right, like let me figure out what I want to be. And I was like, I want to be Kid Season. I don't know. I thought it sounded hard. I was like 14.
Yeah.
But I love that I picked Season though. But I went to go make the handle on Instagram and it was taken Kid Season. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna put the before it. And
Right.
I guess it's not as cool of a story there, but the Instagram handle was taken, so we went with the.
Yeah. And I think before, where you went by Kid Genius, right?
Yeah, for like, I wasn't even putting music out online.
Oh, okay.
We were maybe like on SoundCloud.
Okay.
We were just making diss tracks on each other. We didn't fuck with this kid at our high school, and we were just like, fuck it, we're just gonna like drop a diss track on him.
Yeah. Remember that one song you dropped? Was it Fallout? Fallout?
Fallout.
With the jersey call out?
Yeah, bro, that's a crazy throwback.
Yeah.
You can't even really find that. You can maybe find that shit online if you look hard enough, but that was like one of the first songs I actually put out with a music video.
Yeah. That shit went crazy.
Bro, and it's funny because like, yeah, that song's so old, but the other day I went to, Harbor Freight.
No.
It's like a Home Depot type of store, and I was like checking out something there. I was getting like string lights for like our patio or some shit. And the guy checked me out and he like gave me my receipt and he was like, yo, like put Call Out back up on SoundCloud.
What?
Like this year. And
That's insane.
I was like, how do you know that?
That's insane.
That's a crazy pull though.
That's a crazy, yeah, no, bro, because I remember like Call Out, and then like just seeing the progression too, like with Goat, and then like what else, like Ride For Me, and moving past like 2021, 2022, during that era, I feel like the melodic rap, if you want to like categorize that, that was like at its peak. Would you agree or no?
Yeah, like the Fortnite edits, and shit like that.
Fortnite edits,
huge.
shit.
Yeah, facts. That was like a crazy era in music, and melodic rap really became like the trend in music. And I was inspired by like a lot of early Uzi and Future and shit like that, and then it kind of like became a new like subgenre within there, that scene. That was really my inspiration.
Yeah. No, definitely. And then like moving forward, so you moved out to LA at some point, right?
Yeah, I moved out to LA like 4 years ago.
Hell yeah, 4 years ago. And then like, what was that move like? Do you think that was an important move for you to make?
Yeah, I'm glad I did it. I mean, I met my producers I work with now out there. Met a lot of cool people. But I mean, I'm from like Ohio, and then I was living in upstate New York, and there's not shit going on for music. So then going to LA was crazy because I'm really doing everything in my room up to that point by myself, and then you really start tapping in with people in real life and working on music and not just through a screen.
Right.
It's way different. So
no, for sure.
yeah.
And then in LA, were you with Internet Money at one point or no?
No, I wasn't signed with them.
Okay. And then, like moving on from LA and shit, like when did you eventually, because you've done shows outside of LA, right?
Yeah, I've done shows, but I've never done like a headline show.
Gotcha.
I would be opening up or doing some event or something, but my first show on this tour was my first headline show of my career, which is like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was in New York, right?
That was in, I started in LA, yeah.
Okay, fire. How was that like for you?
It was so fire. It was like a surreal moment because you see all these like numbers on a screen and you see like people that listen online, but then when you see that shit in person and like you're face to face with these people you've never met that like know your music, they're singing that shit word for word in person, it's like a whole different feeling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
crazy. Yeah. Do you have like any of your fans that have stuck around like from the beginning to now? Because I know like the dude from yesterday, the guy who got his like your lyrics and name like tatted on him.
Yeah.
He's an OG, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I've had people come up to me at these shows being like, I've been listening to you since like 2019 or 2020, and like 7 years later, like we were like, these were kids that like were like 15 when I started making music too, and now we're all like in our 20s or whatever, or older, and it's like, it's crazy that there's still people that are, like that have been listening for that long.
Yeah.
But I'm happy I got to do a tour eventually and actually get to see him and meet him, bro.
No, for sure. That's just wild, bro. And like, I remember the interview. I always ask like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So I always ask that, and your response, I could pop it up right now. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Shit, in 5 years? Honestly, really big. I see myself hopefully mainstream with songs with millions of plays. I see myself living off my music. I'll be like 21 years old.
But your response was basically along the lines of like charting, touring, certain things. So to your 15 or 16-year-old self, do you think you like fulfilled that goal?
To my 15-year-old self, yeah, but now I want way more than this shit. Once I get a taste of what it's like, and I start seeing it, like I can't wait to just keep going.
Yeah.
Like I'm such an ambitious person. Sometimes I have to like remind myself to be, take in like the moments right now because I'm always thinking about how I can make, everything bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I always think about like, bro, if I told myself back then when I was starting where I'd be, or I showed myself this now, I would be so happy. So that's something that I always try to think about. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's crazy, like when we're younger, like we set unrealistic expectations for ourselves. And like obviously some people, like if you're ambitious enough, if you work hard enough, like it's actually achievable.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure your parents at the time might have not believed in you or call me real quick. Hold on. Oh, it's still recording. Yeah, so like what did your parents always see the vision?
Bro, they were hella supportive, but I just think that like I was one of those kids that was just doing random bullshit like every 2 months and going on to the next thing. So I think they probably were like, all right, whatever, he wants to do music. But they were hella supportive.
That's cool.
I don't think I knew at the time what it could be either. Like I told you when I started, like I didn't know anything about, doing music and making money. I was just doing it for fun. Yeah. They were hella supportive. But yeah, bro, I think like I had a lot of teachers and people that are older in my life like try to tell me like, like making music isn't really like a real career, like trying to convince me to go away from it or convince me that I need to go to college or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And I think that I always was so ambitious and like set, I guess, unrealistic expectations. But for me, that shit was like not unrealistic. I really believed it, and I think that's why it worked out.
No, for sure. And like, feel like that separates a lot of people because a lot of people were making music that kind of stopped making music or, you know, transitioned into other things. So it's, you know, it's good that you stuck with it because, you know,
It's hard.
It's hard though. Yeah.
I think it's hard, but that's what separates like the people that truly love this shit and would do it for free from the people that kind of are caught up in everything else. But I would do this shit for free, bro. Like I love it.
Yeah. That's a good attitude to have because that's why you started in the first place.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So like your current manager, Cooper, like how'd you guys meet? Because I feel like you guys work well as like a team. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I met Cooper in like 2019. He's from upstate, and he drove like 4 hours to meet me for that call out music video.
Oh shit!
And we were hella young at the time. He was like 18. I was like 16. And he just believed in me from the very beginning, like when nothing was going on, and was just, you know, there for everything. So that's my brother, man. Shouts out to Cooper.
Yeah, that's hard, bro. That's crazy. So he was there. First music video ever. You guys, I remember that video was like on a G-Wagon or something, or a Jeep, or I forget.
Yeah, we had like an old G-Wagon in the video. Yeah, I had that Rochester jersey on.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's a throwback.
So you, I remember you like would always be, I don't know if you actually did this a lot. I just remember seeing comment sections and you'd be like in there like talking about like, listen to my new song, stream my new song.
We were just in the hotel lobby today and someone found one of my old comments from like 6 years ago on someone's post. Bro, I was so young and I didn't really like care about being like corny or like putting myself out there. I was like so hungry I would just comment on like whatever. Literally just like trying to get my name out there.
That's what like Tekka did to like a lot of artists. I feel like I always hear that story of like, commenting on like shit, like listen to my music, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know? Pans out.
Bro, yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, I had no shame. I was like, whatever I could do, I'm gonna do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like your current sound now, you said you fell out of love for music and then you kind of fell back in love with that. Yeah. What did that look like?
It just looked like me listening to like everyone else's opinions on music, and I think I was doing it for the wrong reasons. I started making music that I didn't really enjoy because I thought it would be beneficial for my career, and it got to a point where I started hating what I was doing and I didn't really care about it because I wasn't passionate about it. And then I just kind of had a realization of like, why am I doing this if I'm doing it for like other people? I don't like it. I don't want to do it if it's for that reason. And also like, it didn't work, bro. Like I think like people wanna, if you're not passionate about it and you don't love it, how can you expect someone else to love it? So I was like, I'm just gonna figure out what I want to do, and I need to figure that out. And when I did, everything changed. So, you know, that's like the number one thing for me.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like, I feel like a lot of people that listen to your music, like I feel like you had a lot of fans that were like wondering where you were, or not where you were, but like, you know.
Yeah, I would get so many DMs like, yo, like, what happened to you, bro? And that shit sucks too, cause like, you know, especially in like the genre I'm in, bro, like people are so quick to be like, yo, like, you fell off. You get all these comments on your ass, and like, it was true. Like I was just hella demotivated, and I wasn't really doing anything. But I wasn't gonna let that like. I was like, man, I was so mad at myself for even letting that happen. And I was like, I gotta go hard.
That's good, bro. That's like, and like the music you're making now is like, you know, like even better than, you know, all the shit that you made in the past. Like, you know, combined, like it's just evolving. So, what I guess I always hate to like put shit in a box. But like, what would you describe your current sound as?
I would say my current sound is what I was trying to do for myself was I was thinking like there's not really much like melodic rap in the genre I was doing left anymore, and I was just kind of like what would that sound like now? Like, what would I sound like now in this era? And I think we take a lot of I would kind of describe it as we take a lot of like a lot of different underground and like even like EDM, synth, house production, and we try to combine all that into what I'm doing now. And then I don't know, bro. I think what we're doing right now is super unique. I don't think a lot of people are like hip to
Right.
it yet, but it's
For
kind of
sure.
like we kind of created something I think that's not trendy yet, but people are starting to notice, and it's gonna be big.
No, I definitely see the vision because, I mean, it's just it's like that you're using the same flows that you were back then, but just, like you said, the production, synth production, the heavy synths and the house.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool to see because people do miss that era because it's like, a lot of things are in phases and that was like a whole phase and whole era that,
Yeah.
so it's cool to see that.
Everything comes around, like, like I fell in love with the early, SoundCloud era of that melodic shit.
Yeah.
And then it transitions to something else and then something else. But the love for that genre stems from a lot of early artists. And yeah, there's always going to be people who love that. I'm trying to bring it back and give people something that they love that feels nostalgic but also feels new and creative. So that's my goal.
No, for sure. So I gotta ask you this. So where do you see yourself in another 5 years?
I'm really trying to be the biggest. Like, I have no limits I've set for myself. I don't even try to set goals at this point because I just don't want to limit anything. But I definitely want to, in the future, go on another tour and hit a lot more spots I didn't get to hit this tour. And I want to get a project out, hopefully end of this year.
Hell yeah.
Because I've never done a full project yet.
Yeah.
And that's really something that would mean a lot to me and something that I think I really want to work on. So those are the two things that I want to do.
And you, I mean, you record a lot of music, I assume, right?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Like how many songs a day when you're at home?
Man, I go through periods where I'll record like 5 songs in a day and then I'll go like a few days without recording. But I think last year we had like about 200 songs that I worked on, that I had made. And then this year we already have almost like 50 made.
Oh yeah.
So I can't wait to get off tour and start making new music again.
Yeah. So you say you work with a lot of producers. You record at home or you go to the studio, mix them both?
I don't even go to the studio anymore. I record everything at home. I mix and master everything myself. And my boy CV, shouts out to CV, it's my roommate, so we got a studio at the crib. I love recording at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my vibe, bro.
Yeah.
It's, I love it, man. The studio's cool too, but like when I
Pressure.
get inspired, not even pressure, bro. It's like when I get inspired, like I can just go to my room and make music. And I don't have to worry about going to the studio.
Right.
And it's hella underrated.
For sure. Shout out to, hey, that's some advice for like a lot of artists too. Like, get
Learn
that
how to
home
record
studio.
Yourself, bro.
Get that home studio.
Don't rely on an engineer in a studio.
Don't rely
Get a
on
home
anyone.
setup. Learn how to record yourself. That shit will change your life, bro. Even Drake does that shit now, bro.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on that.
Yeah. That's very important, I feel like. And I feel like this new era that popped up like around COVID, like 2020, 2021, like all of them were doing that. And that was so new. And now kids are recording on BandLab.
Yeah, bro.
On their phone.
Yeah, anyone
It's
can
insane.
make. There's no excuse now, bro. Kids
Yeah.
are making shit on a fucking iPod, and it's like you don't need the studio. But yeah, that's what it was, bro. Like it was COVID hit, and I'm also still in high school, but like the studio's closed. There's nothing going on outside.
Yeah.
So I think hella people got inspired to make music during that time. I think that's a lot of artists came up during that.
Oh, for
period.
sure.
Like a lot.
For sure.
Yeah.
And like that whole, it was cool to see like the progression of certain artists from that era.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you this. So what is some advice you'd give to an artist trying to do what they do besides that?
I would 100% stop trying to take things from everyone else and look for inspiration elsewhere. As cool as it is to look for inspiration elsewhere, I ended up stopped listening to a lot of music and stopped listening to a lot of new shit. And it helped me a lot with like differentiating myself from everything else and figuring out what I actually like. I think subconsciously when you hear shit, it influences you in a good or a bad way. But like I said, like just stop listening to other people's opinions on your music and figure out what you love, because at the end of the day, like, it's your life, and people are gonna want to hear what you genuinely want to do. And I think as an artist, people look for validation from everyone else because they want to be accepted. But the best thing you can do is independently, like, really figure out what you love, and that changed everything for me. So
so speaking on like collabs, do you have any like crazy dream features you want to get done?
I'd love to do a song with Uzi, man. That's one of my biggest inspirations, and that would just be a full circle moment for me growing up listening to him. So
Uzi for sure. Yeah. I feel like, is Kid Laroi up there? I just see like the name, like the Kid season. The Kid Laroi, that'd be hard.
We get a lot of comparisons, and he's super, super dope. I would love to work with him as well. I think that would be super cool, and I would love to get him on some rap shit again.
Yeah. He needs that.
Because I love that shit from him, and I think that would be super cool.
I think Laroi, and then also I gotta say two more. Skies, because I feel like you got a lot of comparisons to Skies back in the day, and Mosey.
Yeah, bro, I did, and it's so cool too, because Skies just hit me the other day, and we've been talking, and he was showing love to the new one, to Grams. And that was cool too, especially being in high school during that time and listening to a lot of Skies. It was super dope to have that happen. So that would be cool. Yeah,
that's full circle, man. Skies, that's crazy. So, what is one place, if you could go on tour anywhere, right? What is one place that you want to go on tour?
Shit, bro. I would want to go. I want to do a show in the UK. I want to do something overseas.
So crazy.
I think that would be super fun. I think that's what I want to do next is do something overseas, somewhere in Europe. Europe.
So you, I heard you were banned from Poland. What was that?
Yeah, I did. Well, I don't know shit kind of got out of hand, man. I guess this Polish artist used a sample that I used it's on Splice, but I don't think they understood that shit.
Right.
So then they were like on my ass, so I made a video trying to kind of like rage baiting the Polish fans a little bit. And that shit did like 500,000 views, but all of the views came from Poland. And it's not a big country, so they started sharing it around. And eventually I woke up one morning and I had like 200 DMs in Polish just sending like crazy death threats, being like, if you come to Poland, bro, like I'm gonna kill you and your whole family. And I was like, damn.
Whoa.
So I'm probably not gonna stop in Poland if I ever go on tour. I think I'm gonna have to skip that.
I think
until they forgive me for what I've done to them. I think maybe we could create a peace treaty or something if they are down for that. Maybe we could come together and be on good terms again. So Poland, I was just trolling. I love y'all. If y'all accept me, I'll come to Poland. We'll do a show, and we'll make up for the wrongs.
Yeah, I think that's what needs to happen.
I think so too.
Yeah. So, if you were stranded, this is a random question. I ask this here and there. If you were stranded on an island and you could only bring 3 things to the island, what would they be?
People always say some bullshit, bro, like water, food. What's the third? Well, you probably got to protect yourself from something, right? Maybe a tent.
A tent.
Water, food, tent. People say some bullshit what would you bring on a remote island when you're stranded? Well, I would bring. Well, I would probably bring
FL Studio.
I'd probably bring chapstick because I bring chapstick with me every day. Come on, bro.
So wait,
definitely bring my I bring sage with me to calm me down. And then you got 2 left.
Yeah. So this popped in my head. So what do you use to record? Logic?
I use Ableton.
Ableton?
Yeah.
Okay, fire. I feel like you used to use Logic, am I wrong?
I did. I started on Audacity, bro. Which is like, I don't know if you know Audacity. You can't even do plugins. Like, I just found a free DAW online. This was for like a month before I figured out how to crack Logic.
Okay.
And then I used Logic for a minute, and then I switched over to Ableton a few years ago.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Ableton's like, everyone's moving to Ableton, or like, I feel like a lot of people on FL too.
Yeah, bro. I don't really think it matters what DAW you use as an artist, as long as you just figure out how to use that shit well. And bro, like we just said, people are doing shit on BandLab.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's crazy. I'd ask you a question. How important do you think an artist's image is to their brand, especially nowadays?
It's super important. It's something I always think about. I think music right now is way more about the aesthetic and the branding and the art more than it is the music, and I'm seeing a lot more. And I think as an artist, if you don't continue to try to innovate with your branding and your imaging, it's gonna be hard for you to succeed right now. Yeah, yeah. It's a lot more than just the music, bro. People, everything's tied into it. Fashion, you know, the visuals, everything like that. It has to be done well.
Right. It's like, it was kind of easier back then. It feels like, you know.
Bro, I used to make a video sitting in my like gaming chair in my room, and I would point at the screen and be like, "This is my song," and it would do views. Nowadays, you gotta really think outside of the box because there's so many people trying to do music. It's way more oversaturated, and I think people nowadays want to see you as a person just as much as they want to hear the music, and they want that to match. They want that to be cool.
Right.
So it changed a lot. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. So do you have anything planned? So you said you have a project dropping soon. Do you have any singles dropping in the next couple months, weeks?
We're definitely gonna have music dropping after tour for sure. Hopefully, you know, definitely one in the next month after this tour. I can't wait to get back home, like I said, and get some new music out, bro. I'm trying to drop all year, and then hopefully we get that project put out this year because I really want to, man. I've been thinking about it a lot. So yeah.
No, that's hard. That's hard. So I just, the shit popped up in my mind. I remember that one song. So you dropped Call Out, right? You dropped that one, Ross.
Damn. Yeah.
And then you dropped, I forget what it was after, but I just remember that one song, like, that shit was turned. Like, bro, I don't know, like, that had a lot of streams, too. Like, it's honestly crazy, because...
Bro, Damage, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
These are some crazy song pulls, man. If any of y'all know Ross or Call Out or any of those, y'all are really OG. George is OG as fuck, bro. The fact
bro, I made that fucking cover on Canva, bro.
He was making insane, my artwork covers on Canva when we were in high school, and that's such a full circle moment.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's insane because like I was just fucking around. I just had an interest in the music industry, and you were kind of like popping in your own like regard. Like you had like a little army going. You know?
I did. I had such a cool early fan base of people that were like ride or die for me from the beginning, and that was like crazy to me because I really think like right after I started, immediately like I kind of started gaining that fan base, which is, you know, something that sometimes takes a while. And I was so young, I low-key didn't know what I was doing, but it was working.
Yeah. No, that's insane. And like, so you dropped EPs, right? You dropped like quite a few EPs, yeah?
Yeah, I dropped 2 EPs.
Yeah.
I've never dropped a project, and that shit haunts me, bro. Like, but I'm happy I haven't dropped a project yet, though.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
I feel like right now I'm making the best music of my life, and I've really figured out what I want to do. So now that I can drop a project, it's gonna be something I love. I think I'm always gonna love what I put out next, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, bro, and like, I feel like the music now you're making, you can actually like feel something. Like there's like a message. I mean, your older shit was good too. It was cool, but like especially now, I feel like you're deep into that bag, which is cool to see, because you know, people, you know, it could have, you know, what if you just stopped making music after you fell out of love? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, it's hard. It was really hard to figure that shit out. I'm so happy I did. I think a lot of people don't. When you see a lot of people stop making music, they fall out of love with it. But I mean, I really think this is what I was like meant to do. This is what I love to do. So I just needed time to figure that out. And now that I did, it's amazing.
Yeah. Um, so do you have so New York, your favorite performance on tour so far? Was it New York?
New York was my favorite show. I think Chicago is my favorite performance
Okay.
that I've done. I think the energy in Chicago might have actually been more lit than New York even. Chicago, I was looking forward to this show the whole tour. I knew it would be a fun one. But the energy last night was crazy. But yeah, I would say New York and Chicago are by far my two favorite shows
Yeah.
I've done on this tour. For sure, easily.
Yeah, and like, bro, performing is not a joke either. Like, that's a lot of when you perform, like, do you do anything before you perform, or like, what's your mindset going in?
Man, I just try to, stay calm, chill with my people that I've been with the whole tour. Everyone's been, around me this whole tour, supporting me, and I just try to, I try not to think about it, bro. I don't really think about anything I need to do on stage before I get on stage. I practice and rehearse so much that for me, once I get up there, I feel ready to go. I feel natural. Yeah, that's kind of been my whole mindset.
Yeah, no, that's fire, and it's like important to have like a good, support base and shit like that.
Oh yeah, for
Like
sure.
DJ, like producers, everything. Like.
Yeah, and this tour we didn't have a lot of help, man. We've been doing pretty much everything ourselves, so it's been stressful, bro. But I got great people around me, and yeah, man, we worked really hard before this tour. Like I wanted to make sure that when I did this, it's my first tour. This is like my core support base.
Yeah.
Like I was not gonna half-ass anything. I didn't want to take any shortcuts because I want to give people a good show and really show people that I care about this shit because I really do. And I could feel that energy back, especially last night. And that's like one of the coolest feelings ever.
And that venue too, man. Like, did you pick out the venue?
They did.
Okay.
But Reggie's was us. Reggie's is the coolest fucking venue we've done by far. Reggie's is so sick. I would love to come back and do Reggie's again, bro. Next time in Chicago, I think we're gonna run that back. That place is dope. It seems like it's got a lot of lore too. A lot of people were telling me about it. Cole was telling me he used to do shoots back there in Reggie's back in the day, and they would drive the bus around and shit. So
it's crazy.
Chicago's got a lot of cool history, and
hell yeah,
the people here are dope.
That's cool that Cole pulled up. Like, what was that? That was your first time meeting him?
Yeah, first time meeting him. Cole's a legend. Cole's a legend in this shit. And my boy Sam, shouts out to Sam, came out to open. Cole came out to support him. And it was super dope seeing him.
Hell yeah.
That's just another thing about Chicago, bro. The music scene here is just like, so it goes so deep. There's so many. I mean, Kanye, bro. Kanye's a fucking go to this shit. Like, Chicago's got it.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of like emerging acts out of Chicago too, and obviously, so it's cool to see. Like, it's a fusion, like seeing you in Chicago and stuff like that. What is one thing that you want people to, gain or feel or whatever when they listen to your music?
What I've noticed is I'll make some shit that feels really special to me, and it's about something that happened to me, whatever my life, whatever's going on, and someone else will relate to it with something completely different that's going on in their life. So I want my music to spark that emotion that when people listen to that shit, they feel like it's about them and they feel like they can relate. And a lot of people have been telling me stories about how I helped them get through whatever, or it relates to them, and I think that's super cool.
That's cool.
When I wrote it, it wasn't about their life; it was about whatever I had going on. And then people can relate to it. So yeah,
no, for sure. That's real. And shit, I'm gonna probably wrap it up. Appreciate you for hopping on.
Thank you, brother.
One last question, man. What's your message for the youth?
Message for the youth: believe in yourself, trust your vision, and don't listen to anybody else.
Yes, sir. We'll run back this interview in like another 5 years.
Another 7 years, yeah.
Another seven, right?
Yeah. We gotta wait 7 years. We'll do an interview in 2031.
2031
2032.
in Poland, right?
In Poland, the Poland reunion For the youth interview.
For the youth
coming in
interview,
7 years.
confirmed.
I'm gonna see y'all soon.
All right.
Well, not really.
Catch you soonish.
Peace out.